What is good, everybody? Welcome back. We got some hoop sense. We got some special guests, which I will get to in just 1 second. Before we introduce them, though, if it's your first time hanging out with us over here on Hoop Sense on the Count the Dings YouTube channel, do me a favor, subscribe to the channel, like the video, hit the notification bell, when the content's going out. And if you're on the podcast side of things, thanks for being there, but hit us with a 5-star review. It's good for the algo, you know what I'm saying? But let's get to our guests. I'm excited these guys are here. If you're not familiar with the 89 Cavs, it's another podcast talking hoops and getting some laughs in. And I'm here with the other co-hosts of the 89 Cavs. We got Justin and Steve. What's going on, fellas? How we doing?
Feeling great on this lovely day, you know what I mean? Celebrating for the city of Oklahoma, you feel me? The boys out there did it. You know what I'm saying? Had to put a stop to the Pacers run, and I'm enjoying that. Shout out my man Shay. Shout out Canada. Toronto, we up, baby. We up.
Yeah, man.
Justin, what's good with you, man?
Happy to be here. You're probably gonna have to address my Thunder and 4 pick at some point during this podcast. But they pulled it. They pulled it out the dirtiest way possible, but they pulled it out. So I'm chilling as much as you can in 100-degree weather.
If it felt like. We will get into the game itself, but it did feel like people were drinking for the very first time last night. That was a lot of the energy from the Oklahoma City celebrations. I saw J-Dub on like talking to the media afterwards, and he was like, "Hey, I just had my first drink. I'm just kind of like taking it all in right now." And I don't even know if he was doing a bit, but between that and the inability to open champagne bottles, it really, like they say, you need playoff experience to win championships. I think the real takeaway is you need playoff experience to celebrate championships. As Caruso's leading the way.
Nah, man, they don't need to be drinking that Michelob though. Pardon me if they're a sponsor, but like, I mean, it's a quality beer if you ain't got it like that. These have been high-profile athletes for a long time. Only time you, I think I tweeted this. The only time you see that fully clothed Michelob bottle they break out is like the NBA Finals, or it's like the cheapest beer at a music festival.
Yeah.
What beer do you want them to have? What sponsor do you want them to have?
Bro, when was the last time you seen somebody drinking a Michelob?
I'm asking you, what should the replacement be? I've never seen a soul drink one of those. I haven't seen a soul.
I understand it's a popular beer. I just don't see it.
I feel like that's one of those beers that are only consumed like in the daytime. That feels like a daytime. It's like a beach beer. It's like you're at a baseball game beer. You're at like you're playing tennis. You finish tennis, and it feels like a white beer. I guess is what I'm saying. Let's get into last night though, man. I'm so torn on this, right? Because I feel like we should be just solely focused on celebrating OKC getting that W. But it really was kind of a punch to the stomach when Halliburton went out. Not even saying that all the Pacers had that, but it just definitely changed. It even just changed like the viewing experience, right? To like see that injury go down.
Yeah, he started the game. Oops, so sorry.
No, go ahead.
He started the game on fire, and it felt like it was going to be like one of those games where something crazy was going to happen in the fourth quarter, and it was going to be a bounce-back game for Tyrese, and it was just a shame to see him go out that quick and that bad. And like, when he was on the floor mincing and banging, I knew, like, damn, this is going to be super-duper tragic. And it's a shame, man, to end his whole run like that. I thought the supporting cast was doing a great job even after we knew it was over for him. But once that third quarter hit, the supporting cast just couldn't support anymore. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. They became main characters.
No, it felt like,
yeah, for sure.
Yeah. After halftime, it felt like, oh, this is a typical Thunder game. Here comes the run. And as great as TJ McConnell was playing, it was just him. And they just didn't have, like, without Tyrese, they didn't have offensive firepower to contend. They were turning it over, and not only that, they were giving up points off turnovers like constantly, which is the main thing. And just I felt like as soon as the Thunder got a 10-point lead, you knew it was going to 20, and then from there, just it wasn't going to happen. Even though the Thunder ran into that same fourth quarter lull, the Pacers, they had the firepower, which makes it so disappointing because, like you said, Tyrese started on fire. He over here. He was in the crowd. They had him. Didn't he call somebody? I don't know who he was at, but he was yelling at somebody.
That it really just speaks volumes to how good that Thunder defense is, though. Like, because you were saying, Justin, they almost were not giving it away, but they were definitely their Thunder offense was allowing the Pacers to come back into the game if they had anything left. But the defense is just so good. I was listening to I think it was Zach Lowe who had mentioned that out of the 16 playoff teams, I believe the Thunder finished 13th in 3-point shooting in the playoffs, and they were like below average in rebounding too. So like their offense wasn't good. Like even Shea, I think, was 8 for 20 something. Like their offense wasn't good, but their defense is just so insane. And there were so many times in that game, right, where the ball's zipping, even after Halliburton got hurt, ball's zipping around a little bit, and it looks like the Pacers have an open three. And then they like pump fake dribble and pass again. And it just happens over and over again because of how hard the Thunder were closing. And it's such like I feel like my dad or something with this take where it's like, it just feels like the Thunder were playing harder than the Pacers. And I don't really mean that they were playing harder, but just the defense is like, there was no let up. Like, I don't know how you get a bucket there. And then you take Halliburton out of it. It's just like you got no chance.
And you see, like you take Halliburton out, you take Miles Turner and Obi Toppin out, and then the broadcast called this out. Then the Thunder. I mean, there was a point where the Thunder running Jalen Williams at center, and it's because it was like Miles Turner didn't have it. Obi didn't really do anything. He didn't do anything off. He had 0 points. And then after the game, he did say like he had the Halliburton injury on his head because he was the one that passed him the ball. So it just really, and without those. Like Obi Toppin, there's Obi Toppin games in these finals. Right. Having Miles Turner stretch of the defense has helped him. So not having that is just it's the Thunder. It sucks. It feels kind of disappointing because they dominated from start to finish. They won the most games in the regular season. They had the MVP. They mostly kind of got through the playoffs without much incident. Like I guess the Nuggets challenged them, but the Nuggets are a very good team. The Pacers challenged a very good team. So it's like. It seems like we should be giving them more love, but the injury clouds it.
Yeah, it does. It like changed the view. Did you feel that way too, Steve, when you were watching the game where it was just like I had so much anticipation for this game. Like I was like setting up where I was sitting. I made sure I had food ready. Like this was like I was sitting down for a movie or something. And then like 15 minutes later, I'm like, oh fuck. Like what am I doing now? Like it just really felt like a kick in the nuts.
I tuned in expecting a movie. I knew Netflix was all around. So I'm like, we're going to get something theatrical. And then just for him to go out in the first quarter, it was like extremely heartbreaking. But what I did enjoy, I enjoy the defense, man. I feel like we're heading back to 2000s San Antonio Spurs. I love the pestiness from the starting five to the bench. I'm digging it, bro. I thought that third quarter, both teams was winded. They was just going for it. There was fouls. They was doing everything. They knew this is a game 7 game, and they took it for real. And I thought that was amazing. I loved it.
I want to talk about like Halliburton a little bit more, but before we do that, let's just focus on the Thunder. So I feel like we didn't just gloss over the fact that they just won a title. It does feel like, and I want to make sure they celebrate this one, but it feels like they are set up to compete for like the next few championships. Like it is crazy that they have Nikola Topic, who was like pick 12 or 15, something like that, who was supposed to be like a top 5 pick, but then was hurt. And that's why he didn't play this entire season. Like they got him coming back. They still got everybody under contract for like another year or two before they have to like really pay people. And you look around the rest of the league. I know we'll talk about the Durant trade, but I don't see anybody else getting marginally better, right? Like this feels like the Thunder are here. Again, you can't predict injuries and shit like that,
for sure.
But it does feel like they're going to be around.
I feel like the most positive thing out of all of that is people think this ring is fake. And I think that's going to fuel the gang to get another one, to run it back. I think because of injuries in the second round of Aaron Gordon and John Morant going down, everybody and their mother's like, well, they just beat up a whole bunch of banged up teams. It's like, no, bro, this team's for real. And they're going to run it back so you guys know it's for real. And we just seen a superstar. All the MVPs, bro. You putting this guy next to Kareem and Jordan? Come on, guys. Show my man Shea some respect. Canada, we up. We need the fries with the gravy and the cheese on it. You know what I'm saying?
They're like Shea is in his prime or in his prime, but their 2 and 3 are getting there. Like Chet is not there. Yeah. Chet is still growing. Yeah. His offense, if you can take him out of the game offensively, you saw it happen a lot during this series. That's gonna get improved. He's gonna be more reliable third guy. I'm about to call him Cody Williams. Wow, Jalen Williams. Cody Williams is on the bench. Jalen Williams. Yeah, Jalen Williams. And you saw him grow a bunch in this series. Like when he didn't have the jumper fall, he started driving. He kept forcing the issue. He had that amazing. Was a game 5, and those guys. Those are the starters still growing. They still have so many assets and so many young guys. They still don't have a bench scorer, right? That comes in and like can give them instant offense when they start having lulls. They still can get some help, like in the front court. Like they have 3 billion draft picks with that Presti accumulated for them. So it feels like, yeah, they can run this back, but they can also make some changes. People will grow. They have all the things. Everybody's under contract for next year, pretty much.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I think they got like everybody. I don't think because they had signed Joe and Wiggins to an extension before. Hartenstein, they got another year at a pretty big price for what they're doing. And then the Chet, J-Dub, and SGA big time extensions come. I think it's like 27, 28 or 26, 27. So I think they have one more year at least before they start really paying people.
But just like imagine this team where their best scorer off the bench isn't like Aaron Wiggins or something.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. That's very possible. That's very possible at this point.
And I know it feels like, at least on the internet, which maybe isn't the best resource, it's like, oh, we don't like this team. You want to know what I think is cool? Liking your friends. It seems like they all like each other, you know? And like even in those post-game interviews, like of course you're celebrating after you win a title, but they like genuinely seemed thrilled to be around each other. You know what? This conversation didn't happen once. Was like, do you think J-Dub's mad that SGA got the MVP because he did score 40 points in that one game? Like we did last year with Tatum and Jaylen Brown. They were passing the MVP trophy back and forth. Not once was anybody like, we're going to check the body language on that. Like, no, they just like hanging out. And you know what? That's not corny. That's cool.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. I love both these teams. I hate it on the Pacers, but I got to respect them. I got to put respect on Halliburton and the whole team. I think it's funny because like, that ratings and people come up with like too many threes. The NBA doesn't play defense. And then you watch this final, there's like none of that. All you see is 12 on each side playing hard. Everybody's contributing. Pretty much everybody on the Pacers had a game during this playoffs. I think similar for Thunder. They were fighting. There wasn't like a 3-point barrage, insane thing where it's like they're not running offense. You saw like heart gritty stuff. Like it's all the stuff where people say they don't like the NBA. It didn't happen in this series. That's why it feels. Other than the injury stuff, feels like the hate against the Thunder is manufactured. It's just like this NBA Twitter thing of like, we got to find something we don't like. It could just be fun. It could just be fun. This felt like when I usually tune into like the Stanley Cup Finals and I don't know the teams at all. And I'm like, I don't know the teams. I don't know who's good, but they playing. It's close.
They playing hard.
Yeah. I think compared to the previous championships, all the finals, I feel like this is kind of the start of something. Like this is like a star being made compared to the other ones. Because it's like every media was like, oh, we don't think the Thunder's ready. Oh, we don't think the Thunder's ready. Ant-Man, Joker, and now it's like you can't really say anything. Like you gotta show respect. Like every single podcast that was like, well, they foul baited, we hate them. All of them, you're looking extremely stupid today, my guy. Yeah. Because this is gonna be the start of something.
They put so many things to bed, right? Like they were like, oh, they're too young. Jalen Williams isn't good enough to be the second guy. Sam Presti's never actually won anything. He just collects assets. Like you said, they get to the free throw line too much. They didn't get to the free throw line. They just beat them by playing harder than everybody else. They just locked up everybody. They're like, oh, you want to give us the most versatile guard in the league right now in Ant-Man? Clamps. You want to give us Nikola Jokic? Clamps. You want to give us the grenade throwing John Morant? Clamps. Like they just locked up every. Also, I know you mentioned that, Steve. I don't trust anybody that tweeted that out. That was like, oh, they had somebody hurt in every series, and they included the Memphis Grizzlies in that. You can't take them seriously. Come on, man.
Hell no, bro.
I was like,
you're just hating. You're just hating.
I saw that too. I was like, we can't include the Grizzlies. I'll listen to your Aaron Gordon. You can't include the Grizzlies.
Also, somebody hurt in every series. Welcome to the modern NBA, baby. That's
right.
That's why. That's why. I mean, it's dark, but like the two deepest teams are the ones who are in the finals.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's something to be said about that. And like we've gone from like the big three era. It's just like you got a guy, you got a bunch of other guys, yeah, and not like and real other guys, not the like the Miami Heat style minimum old guys. You got like dudes, you got dudes who are trying to like make it in the league, and I think that's what it's gonna be if people, everybody's Achilles popping and they all wear number 0. That's crazy.
It's crazy, right?
Bro, it's nuts. It's nuts. I do got something to say though. I think Caruso being the uncle of the team is awesome. He did a great job, and now you can't say he got an asterisk ring. He got 2 rings. He proved everyone wrong. But I do think we need another unk on the bench, fellas. Let's bring Westbrook back.
Let's bring
Westbrook back. Yeah, let's bring Westbrook back, man. He need a ring, bro. And yo, imagine a world, bro. Close your eyes and imagine a world, right? Where it's just James Harden, no ring. Oh, the hater in me loves it. The hater in me loves it, bro. Come on, we need that. We need that.
I don't know if Russ got that defensive dog in him for what OKC's doing out there.
Definitely not.
I don't even forget the defensive dog. I think the energy. I think this Gen Z team that's gonna be chill. Shade's chilling, and Russ is over there trying to like yelling at them. They were like, "Man, get the hell out!"
No, you know what though? You know what? Chet and J-Dub, what they'd be doing? They'd be pulling their phone out and they'd be showing Russ clips of him dancing with Campaign before the game and being like, "See, you had that in you. You were Gen Z before Gen Z." I saw that going around the other day. I totally forgot Campaign was on the Thunder. I had no idea. That crooked jumper was over there. Let's hit a little bit about Halliburton real quick, just because I don't think anyone's allowed to say anything negative about Halliburton forever, like ever again. Like playing hurt is one thing, but when you take him, like it's incredible what he got the Pacers to do against this defensive team. But man, when you took him out, it was like a video game. And like when Halliburton was in there, you had the turbo button, but then you take Halliburton out and you're out of turbo. Like they couldn't. I know McConnell was running as fast as he could up there, but it did not look fast. Like Siakam couldn't get anything going. Like they just, and again, credit to the Thunder defense, but I think it just speaks volumes to like what Halliburton really does. And I know sometimes it's not a quantifiable thing. Like what his stats might not scream superstar, but man, he was just incredible postseason.
You saw it. You saw it right then. Watch the Pacers after. Watch the energy change. That herky jerky. Like you said, it's like a video game. Like if Halliburton got injured in 2K in the first quarter, you turning that game off and restarting it. You're not running with the Pacers with TJ McConnell as your starter. That's just not what it is.
It is crazy. Like. No disrespect to anybody on the Pacers, but when you were looking at the guys that were out there playing a lot of minutes without Halliburton, it just those Obi Toppin minutes, like you said at the top, hit different without Halliburton. Like it was a lot of Tony Bradley, it was a lot of Thomas Bryant, and you're like, man, how did they get to the finals?
Can we put some respect on his name for having two insane highlights that I just feel like we just glossed over? The fucking when he stole the ball and swung it to Siakam and he just yammed it on Jalen. That was insane. And I feel like no one talked about it like it was normal. The announcers didn't care. And then, bro, the fucking first game with the game winner, I know he lost, but when it comes to the finals, my man's going to have the highlight reel. He's going to have a highlight reel that's nuts.
Yeah, man,
He's incredible.
He's one of the young stars of the league, and I look forward to seeing his game. I love an awkward superstar, or I don't know if I'm gonna call him a superstar, but I love an awkward star where it's not like I don't know, it feels like later pick. His game is ugly-ish, but it works. The jumper looks off, but it's going in. I think it's important for basketball to have somebody that doesn't look like they came out of the academy.
Right.
Like perfect form and like very like regimented. We need the artists. We need the artists, and Tyrese is an artist.
Yeah, he's LaMelo Ball if he went to Ivy League.
Yeah.
Could you imagine that?
No. Tigers. That's crazy.
You feel me?
What happens to the East next year, man? Like, were the Orlando Magic just like seeing through the Matrix? Right, we now have they trade for Bane. Now you got the Cavs. We'll see what they bring. Like, it seems like they're bringing everybody back. The Knicks still don't have a coach. The Celtics all of a sudden are in good shape just because like the Bucks have Giannis and not much else. The Sixers are a hospital team. Like what happens now? No Halliburton for this year. The Pacers obviously going to look different. I don't know. What does it look like?
Donovan Mitchell, this is your only chance. Get it done, boy. Get it done, Donovan. Hey, for the city of Queens, get it done for us, bro. Get it done for us because this is your time.
It's got to be a lot of pressure. It's a lot of pressure on the Cavs because you're like, hey, man, we disappointed. We disappointed everybody. And we the only ones still standing here. All right.
For sure,
if you the Knicks, you like we got to figure something out. Like it's gonna be all hands on deck. I think it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun that is wide open. I'm already getting belligerent expectations for the Pistons. I want top 4. Forget it.
So I was just gonna ask you. So for those that are new to the '89 Cavs and Justin's fandom, he's a Pistons fan. I was wondering, do you think another East team like looks around and, for lack of like a better metaphor, is like, let me go, we got to get another gun. I think we're like ready. I think we could do this now. Like, do you think another team in that, I don't want to lump Detroit with Atlanta because obviously those are different teams, but a team like Detroit, Atlanta, Chicago, Toronto is like, hey, listen, we're probably not going to win the title, but I bet we can get out of the first round if we go make another move. Do you think you see somebody else do something like that? Kind of like what we saw Orlando do.
Ooh. Maybe Miami is a team. One thing I know, Chicago is going to try to be as mediocre as possible. That's just how they roll. Chicago is trying to make a little bit of playoff money and do nothing else. But maybe like Miami tries to do something, or I still don't know what Atlanta's doing with Trae Young. But they got Jalen Johnson coming back. They got solid team.
Too.
Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea. What do you think, Steve?
I think that, like most teams in the East don't really got much to offer to other teams to get the right piece to get a run. So it's like, I really don't know. Cause I'm trying to think of like a Kawhi Leonard kind of moment where a team's like, okay, if we get this guy for 1 year, we might get a chip. And I'm just like, yo, bro, the only team possible, maybe, I don't want to sound crazy, is Milwaukee. But it's like, are you really going to give up like Kuzma and some other dudes for like someone nice? Like, I just don't know a team that could like make it happen. You know what I mean?
I think you're right. Steve. Like, it's too hard. And I honestly, like, this good transition, and this was unintentional, but I think that move, we might have seen that move this weekend, but in the West. KD going to Houston, man. KD going to Houston for Jalen Green, Dylan Brooks, the 10th overall pick and a couple of, or 5 second-round picks, I think. And I almost feel bad a little bit because I do think this is a lopsided trade, but I don't think Jalen Green should be getting all of this heat right now. Like, I kind of feel bad because we're like, yes, it's a bad trade, but it's a bad trade because of Kevin Durant, not because of you, Like, it's not that you're bad, it's that he's great. But what were your first reactions to this outside of the orchestrated event that happened at Fanatics Fest?
You want to go, Justin, or me?
I'll go. First off, we got a lot of expectations of Jalen Green to be good at basketball. Why can't we just be fun? What happened to the guy what happened to the guy who averages 22 for a couple years on a bad team? He sells jerseys and you happy to go to the game. They win 41 games and it's chill. All right, it's swag. He dates maybe somebody who's like the third lead on a sitcom, and we all happy about it. Right?
So he is D'Angelo Russell reincarnated. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, man. Free yourself. Free yourself from always needing to be the top one, man. It could just be fun. So let's put some respect there. I think he'd do fine. But yeah, man, I think it makes sense for the Rockets to go for it, especially with everybody's timeline being shifted. You have. Like, if Amen is really who we think he's going to be, that's great to have next to Durant. You really take Şengün's. Like, you're not going to Şengün for a jump hook at the end of a game for your best shot, which is major. Yeah. You got Van Fleet, who's like a veteran point guard. They have a solid roster, so it makes sense. But I mean, respectfully, and I say this because I'm only a month younger than him, like Ronald Reagan was president when Kevin Durant was born. So, like...
No, is that real?
That's real, brother. That's
factual.
I mean, it's at the end of it's September '88. He was still in office, which it's amazing. He's still good, but he's a 37-year-old basketball player with an injury history. I don't know if we are going to see I don't know if we're getting 30 point per game Kevin Durant, and they may not need that, but. This is the year. I don't know how many more years they got like that where he can make that big an impact. And maybe he doesn't need to on this team. Maybe that's the role he settles into for his last couple of years. But I think it'll make him fun. It'll make them good. They'll compete in the West. They got a great team, and they had one before. And also, Dylan Brooks not there no more. So
I'm gonna be real with y'all. I'm gonna be real.
Yeah,
I think this trade sucks. It's a big time stinker. Because listen, guys. We're talking about the same team that was second place, and they couldn't beat a team that did not have a center. Brother, you guys are not going to win anything with Kevin Durant. And then you flip my man Jalen Green. You flip my man Jalen Green to a team that has Devin Booker and Bradley Beal. Why the hell did the GM in Phoenix go, you know what's going to solve my issues? Another guy just like Bradley Beal. It makes absolutely no sense. And God bless Jalen. God bless Jalen. But you got to focus on getting Bradley Beal the hell out of Phoenix. There's some way possible, bro. There's some way possible. I'm not a businessman. That's your job to do. Get Bradley Beal out of there. First of all, if I'm Devin Booker, I'm walking into the whole spot like, yo, bro, what did I give my life to? I've been here for 9-10 years, and this is what y'all giving me? Yo, free Devin Booker, man. This is the fourth rebuild? Are we serious? The fourth rebuild in Phoenix? Nah, free my son, man. Free my
Devin
son.
Booker's had 9 coaches or something. Some ridiculous.
It's insane. It's insane. At what point do we start blaming Devin Booker? Not for and I don't mean for the Phoenix Suns, but for staying. At some point, it's like, man, we gotta get you help. Let's stage an intervention. It doesn't have to be like this, man. Just because it's all you know, it doesn't mean it has to be like this. Let's get you out. Let's get you dating around. Go on a couple. Let's get you download the apps. Let's get you out there. I love the KD trade, man. I think it is exactly what Houston needed. I agree with you that he is closer to my age than he is to Amen Thompson's age, and that's problematic for a professional athlete. But I do think if you think about that starting five where it's Fred VanVleet, Amen Thompson, KD, Jabari Smith, Şengün. KD's probably the third best defender on that team. So you're not relying on him to do everything. They still have Tari Eason coming off the bench. They re-signed Steven Adams. They somehow did not have to get rid of Cam Whitmore or Reed Shepherd. They got all these assets to either develop the young guys or make another move because they still have Phoenix's picks for the upcoming years because Phoenix wasn't able to get that back in this trade either. So it feels pretty if you told me they were trading for KD a month ago, I'd be like, oh man, that's pretty risky. But then you see what they gave up and it's it's expensive. They got to pay him. It's expensive, but I don't think it's as risky as it was. And when you again, the rest of the West, I don't know who else is getting better in the way that they did by adding KD. It's OKC for sure. But then after that, it's we'll see what Golden State looks like with a healthy roster. Luka, if he's, on the green juice, I don't what else. I don't know how Denver gets better. Like I don't. So I kind of like it.
I will say, I'll just jump in. I'm buying Jabari Smith stock.
Yeah, getting in on it now.
All right. Jabari Smith about to take a lot of wide open jump shots, man.
Wide open jump shots.
And they go. At one point, they're gonna have Durant, Jabari, Amen out there, and just
Tari, like put Tari.
They can just be long.
Yeah.
So it should be. I mean, they were already, like you said, the second and West. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah. Man, yeah, it's gonna be fun. We get the draft on Wednesday, so the draft's coming up. But I think that's it. I think that's got congrats to the OKC Thunder. Anything else? Any other takes you needed to get off before we wrap up this episode of Hoop Sense? You feel good?
I'm feeling good. I don't know about Justin.
Yeah, no, I'm feeling good. Shout out to the Thunder. Is this true? This is the last time we're going to see the ESPN's post and pregame and halftime show. And it's going to be replaced by TNT because
we can only hope. I just saw Maria Taylor's doing the NBC stuff, and I love her, so I think that's great.
Yeah,
I think that's great.
I think that's a win for us all, man.
For sure.
It is, man. It is tough stuff.
Shout out to good basketball. Great basketball. Great basketball won. All right.
Great basketball did win. You're right. And I saw Weisberg in the chat said they had 16.35 million viewers for Game 7, the most watched NBA game since 2019. So there you go. See, people like good ball, even if it's played in Middle America. Yeah. For Steve and Justin, appreciate everybody tuning in to Hoop Sense. Also, go check out the 89 Cavs podcast too. We do the weekly show where it's a lot of this. It's a lot of laughs. And if this, again, your first time checking out the Hoop Sense or Count the Dings, do me a favor, hit that subscribe before you get on out of here. Like the video. Go find us on the podcast streets. Give us a 5-star review. Boost the algo. And we'll see. Next time we're here, Cooper Flag will be a Dallas Maverick. Unless Nico messes something up.
Hey.
Right.
Hey, I can't. Hey, last thing, I can't wait for that SGA Skims Championship collaboration, baby.
Let's go.
We have the meats.
Hey, yo.
All right, we're out of here.